Hello, my name is Anna. Welcome to another English lesson. And today we are talking about reading. Why reading? How is it connected with communication? Very easily. When we communicate, we express our own thoughts, what we think about. When we read, we comprehend other thoughts. We understand what the author is thinking about, what thoughts are expressed. When we're communicating, we are thinking about what our interlocutor tells us. When we read, we think what the author tells us. And when we are learning the language, reading exercises are really important because they help us practice, and it basically develops our thinking, not only creative thinking, but logical thinking, and even enriches our vocabulary, grammar knowledge, and the like. And of course, when we read aloud, it helps us practice pronouncing correctly. And of course, we are recognizing the words. Remember how they are spelled and how they are pronounced. And of course, as reading exercises are important, this is why we are diving deeper into the reading process and studying the reading process. And as you guys understand, we read for different purposes. And one of these purposes is reading for learning. And how do we read for learning? What does this actually mean? It means that we take some source for reading, and if it's just an article, we take it whole. If it's something huge, we just take an extract, a page, a chapter, something like that. Or just, for example, 5 paragraphs. And we work with that. How do we work with it? Of course, we look through it. And first of all, we try to understand what we already understand. Then we look for something unknown, and we try to know what is unknown using some other sources. English lessons, certain online dictionaries, certain programs, and so on and so forth. Or we just talk to some other people who also know the language, and we find it out, all the information that we need. Thus, we learn something new. Also, we can just write out some interesting things and just list them. Thus, we form our own encyclopedia, right? And we can also collect the ideas. So there is an extract. There is the main idea. There are some complementary ideas, and we collect it all and try to combine it into something that would be helpful for us to find out something else. For example, this is already another thing. And thus, we create our step-by-step learning. What? We just look at the page and we see something for the first time. And this is how we understand, for example, that it is something interesting or really useful, and we want to know more about it. And so we go out there and look up something more about it. Thus, we start our learning process. But where did it start from? It started from learning. And so we can use sources of information, just reading sources for just these purposes. So we take something that we know, but we took it not to just read for pleasure or for some basic information, but we know that we took it with the purpose of learning. So what do? We just look at the page and see what's valuable, what's important, and what can really we learn from it. Maybe this is just some experience described, and we understand that this is a good advice, very good advice, that it's very, very good advice for us to follow, and it is. Or for example, you just see that an experience, and we actually learn a lesson from that. For example, some character learned a lesson, and we, looking at that, learn that lesson too. That's how it is. So, like this, we can learn from reading on very different levels, on academic level, on moral level, on emotional level, on just everyday level, even in the routine level, just anything, or on scientific level also, and so on and so forth. We can continue this list if you would like to. If you would like to, you can do this. But most importantly, you need to practice. Practice this kind of reading, practice other kind of reading, practice for different practice reading for different purposes. This is why the best thing for you to do is to follow the link below this video and follow the instructions. To download the worksheet and complete it. Discuss it with a professional. Really, that's what you have to do. Do the worksheets, download them, and complete them. This way, you're really going to practice and really master your creative thinking and be ready, 100% ready for intercultural communication. Communication around the globe using foreign language. But this language becomes your own. This language becomes completely the same as your native language because you practice it and you develop a habit. So download the worksheet. Don't be so lazy. Download the worksheet, following the link, and complete it. And discuss it with a professional. I wish you good luck with that. See you in the next lesson.